The other trailer that dropped this past week was Seth Rogen in a movie that I think was going to theaters and now is making its way to HBO Max, which is called an American Pickle. Which help me out. What is it? It reminds me a little bit of Captain America in the fact that Cap got frozen in the ice, woke up in modern times. This is a guy who gets dropped into a vat of pickle juice, essentially, and the brine sustains him for almost 100 years, and he wakes up and has to adapt to modern society. But he has a very distant relative who's helping him adapt, also played by Seth Rogen. Seth Rogen plays both roles. And I guess when I heard the concept of this movie, I thought it was going to be more wacky slapstick, but it seemed like a pretty deep and emotional conversation between these two characters. And so I love the fact that this is going to streaming and is going to be available sooner rather than later. I was pretty touched by the trailer. I was surprised at where it went. Jake, did you appreciate it?
Yeah, I love the trailer. Love the premise. And, I really am loving this world that I feel like we're slowly inching toward, where I think we're really starting to appreciate Seth Rogen as an actor. I thought he was absolutely incredible in Steve Jobs. And I got to be honest with you, and I hope this comes across the right way, because obviously I understand that it's him playing both parts. But I'm watching the trailer, and I kind of forgot that he's playing both parts, because he plays both of them so well. And so, it's not like, him just showing up and, talking to himself on camera. He plays both parts so differently, and it really seems to, just in the 2.5 minute trailer, give extra dimensions to both characters that sort of at the end, I was like, oh my God, that's right. It is actually him playing both. I mean, obviously I know that he is, but I instantly forget it while watching the trailer, which I think is a testament to his skills. And I've always thought he was a fantastic, writer and producer, and really, I'm people seem to be responding very positively to this trailer. And if we are entering into a world where people are really appreciating Seth Rogen beyond, weed jokes and then I'm all about it.
Kev?
Yeah, I thought the trailer was fantastic. I like the 4:3 used. It looked like 4:3, the aspect ratio used in the earlier times, and then it goes to full wide as they get into the present day. And I think Rogen is a great dramatic actor. As Jake said, Steve Jobs, that performance deserved an Academy Award nomination. It was just truly an amazing performance. Also, watching him go head to head with Fassbender, one of the best actors of our time, with Sorkin's dialogue and Boyle's direction. I was like, man, and I've always loved him. I actually would argue that Knocked Up was a brilliant dramatic performance as well. I think Knocked Up actually really showcases his arc as an actor. I think Knocked Up really kind of plays into that R-rated humor that Jake was referring to, but at the same time, that's a character who has a major arc over a 2.5 hour period. And that's not easy to do. That's not easy to calculate. That's not easy to put on film. And so I think dramatically, I would argue that the comedy's harder than drama. So I feel like if he's already mastered comedy, I don't think drama is that hard for him. Drama is more real than comedy, right? Comedy is really more absurd and more extreme. I think that now that directors are tapping into that inside of him, he is truly finding his rhythm as an actor. I mean, that trailer, again, I have not seen the film, but like Jake said, they're great together, right? And the performance looks incredible. I love the way the film looks. I love the look of it. I also loved 50-50, another movie that he did with Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Yeah. I just truly feel like Rogen has been showing us these dramatic chops for years. I think Knocked Up might be the best performance of his career so far, next to Steve Jobs. But this looks great. HBO Max, I think it's smart to how they're putting it out, and looking forward to seeing it.
I got to point out that the line now between movie stars and streaming platforms it's just gone.
Yeah.
I mean, a Rogen comedy used to go to theaters. I know theaters are where they're at right now, but just this week alone, Tom Hanks and Charlize Theron have new movies coming to theaters.
Dude, last year we got a Scorsese movie with Pacino, De Niro, and Pesci.
And it went to Netflix. Now, it had a theater component to it also, but,
only so it could get nominated for Oscars. I think you take the Oscars eligibility out of it, doesn't go to theaters.
And this slippery slope is just, it's as slippery as can be. Like, who's the last one to fall? It would be Cruise, right? If Cruise ever did something that was just produced for television, that would be. And
but though they announced that the Scorsese DiCaprio movie is going to go to Apple, right? So obviously DiCaprio is one of the last big ones.
Wow, goodness
Isn't that
gracious.
correct, Kevin?
I don't know
huge.
if is it Apple or you're right. It is. Is it Apple or Netflix? I couldn't remember.
I seem to think it was Apple.
I can't see Netflix throwing more money at Scorsese after
Yeah.
The Irishman didn't do quite as well for Oscars as they wanted it to. But Marty wants full cut, and the ability to hire who he wants and spend what he wants, and I'm glad
And
someone's
Netflix
still giving him the money
wants to
for
buy
it.
Best Picture.
Soon, they're gonna get it someday soon.